Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Fuller RIP. So, about like 5 to 6 hours ago, the 2XKO Alpha Lab 2 ended. So, I'm just gonna give y'all my thoughts and some feedback for Riot if they ever end up seeing this. So, I kind of divided my list into two things: fun things and unfun things. Because I think that the fact that it's an Alpha Lab, I'm gonna refrain from saying like good or bad, because that doesn't seem like it's gonna serve a purpose, and y'all understand. So, first of all, let's go through the fun things. Something I'm really impressed with overall is the character individuality in this game. I feel like it was executed very well. Every character on the roster that you see here plays completely different, even if they're similar archetypes, and I think that's really impressive and kind of a little bit of a lost art nowadays in fighting games, because you know a lot of them are just like recycled move sets that don't change often, so you're used to playing the same characters, but they literally just came in and gave us a bunch of brand new characters that play in brand new ways, and they're all different. I love it. The other thing I want to mention is some of these defensive mechanics are crazy fun. Like retreating guard, I feel like is the perfect defensive mechanic for a tag fighter, because you can execute it well after that one Ari pressure string, because she can't really hit you with the low. But if you mess up your spacing on retreating guard, you will get blown up for it, which I think is a very good design, because you know it's not a free button. Nothing is really free in this game, which I think is kind of cool. Kind of building off of that, there's insane set play in this game. Like, you can play a set for like, I don't know, like maybe a first to 10 with somebody, and it's different every game. You can adapt on the fly super well. You know, the parry system really allows for that. And there's a lot of different ways to approach your opponent too, especially if you mix and match your assists and stuff, which I think is very good too. Speaking of assists, they all feel really nice to call. And what I mean by that is it's super rewarding to call an assist and then be able to get a combo off of it that you didn't know existed on the fly. And at the same time, it's possible to call a poor assist. Like, you can call an assist right as the enemy Alawi does that, like, S1 that covers full screen, and then your assist is cooked, and you can't use them for a while. Which I think is a very good balance to have, where you can get rewarded for doing it correctly, but it's not like it's too strong to call an assist, which is really nice. Kind of on the same note, performing a pickup, honestly, has blown my mind. And it did in the first Alpha Lab, but even more here. I think that's because I've gotten better at fighting games, but you can literally see your opponent floating in the air, and you're like, wait, I think I can go pick them up. I think I can run up, dash, like wave dash up to them, and I think I can continue my combo. You do it, and you just continue your shit. It's some of the most satisfying things ever. I love it. I think they nailed that perfectly. The combo system is damn near perfection for me. And this is just kind of obvious. The UI is just so much better. I think that the way they made the game actually look, where everything is, like where your assist is, where the burst is, and like the meter and stuff, I think it all looks great now. I don't think it needs to change anymore, honestly. I'm satisfied with what we're looking at now, and I think if this is how it launches, perfect. Yeah, so that's all I had for like the fun things. Now let's move into some unfun things. Now I'm going to refrain from talking about balance a lot, because that's a hot topic, and it was only 2 days, so I didn't have a lot of time to, you know, get used to all the characters' moves, because I feel like, for example, Darius, I had trouble with, but a lot of that is I just didn't get the parry timing down completely. If this game was out for another, like, maybe 2 days, I would probably have gotten the parry timing down, and it wouldn't have been as big of an issue. One of the things I genuinely don't enjoy, and I don't think is very fun, is the forward roll mechanic. I understand why it's here, but it does not feel rewarding to get a hit in a very tense match, get your opponent into the corner, and then they just forward roll out of your pressure, and you're sitting there like, well, what am I supposed to do? You know, it takes away some of the reward, and I don't really mind it at full screen. I feel like it's good full screen, so you're not just vortexing the hell out of your opponent. But the second you get in the corner, forward roll just becomes the best option. So that's kind of a hindrance on the game for me. I don't think that's a great mechanic. But then again, I'm not a game designer. But this is just my feedback. I don't really like forward roll in the corner that much. And I don't really know how I would change it. But that's just something that was on my mind. Now this is the last like strictly gameplay thing. Then I got some more like outside of gameplay stuff going on. My last thing is timeout occurs way too much. And they already know this. I watched a stream earlier where one of the devs was on, and he was like, yeah, I've seen people like get timeouts all the time, and we're going to change that. Y'all already know it. if I'm going to throw my hat into the ring on what I think the problem might be, I think the gray health regeneration when you're in Fury and when you call out your assist character and swap to them is a bit too much. I think if you tone that down even just a little bit, the problem will probably be absolved, because you do a combo for, I want to say, like half their health, and then they will be back at 3/4 of their health, which does not feel great. I think it should go back to like 4/7 of their health then, if you get rid of half of it. I think that would make more sense. But again, I'm not a game designer. That's just something that I noticed. Alright, so these are all like hardware / like lobby things. They already know about the lobbies. The ranked lobby thing, I heard they're already cooking up a fix for that, so I'm not worried about that, but just thought I'd put it on notice. Now these last two are kind of bugs. I got, I want to say, maybe 10 to 15 crashes during my entire time playing on PS5. And if I didn't like the game so much, I probably would have stopped playing, but I love the way the game plays, so I didn't. But it is very, very discouraging. And I don't know what the cause of it might be, because it was just like random times. So just thought I would put that into the notice board. And also the last thing I have about unfun things, and just in general for the video, I would load up training mode and then I would just go to a white screen and it would not load in training mode. I had to restart the game. So yeah, that's the last thing I got. Overall, I'd say this is probably a slight step backward, but it's in the situation where it's a slight step backward, if not a step backward, where they could take at least 2 steps forward. Because the amount of feedback that they're getting that I think is helpful, and the fact that all the FGC heads from basically every single rank and skill level agrees on a lot of the issues with the game, I think is a very good sign for the future. I actually forgot an issue I have. The other thing I want to say is this playtest being only 2 days kind of hinders the amount of feedback I can really give. So this is just like, what, how many hours do I have on this now? I got, what, 45 hours on this game now. That's, in my opinion, not a good amount of time to really like understand everything, especially because I'm kind of a slow learner at this type of thing. So yeah, that's just my feedback overall. I hope that the next playtest, which I am assuming would be after Evo, is at least a week and a half, like the last one was, like Alpha Lab 1 was. That's what I would hope / suggest. So yeah, it's been Fuller, RIP Fuller. Hope you all enjoyed this one. The message is, this game is still super damn fun. If you see people like dooming and stuff on Twitter, I'm gonna be a defender for a second, because I really don't think it's that's all I'm gonna say. I don't think it's bad. People are saying, oh, it's just like rolling out of stuff. No, I don't think that's not true. The game is still super fun. You just have to work for those hard knockdowns a little bit more, which honestly isn't even a bad thing. And the combos are super satisfying. Anyway, see you on the next one. Bye bye.